Hi, this is Scott, Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee, and for today's video, we're doing another Operator Series video for the Yaesu FT-65. This also applies to the FT-4X, however, because I have so much gear laid out, we're just going to look at the 65 today. So what we're talking about for this video is not necessarily going to make a heck of a lot of sense or really be all that applicable to the recreational users of the FT-65. But if you're one of those people from the tactical side of things and you use the FT-65 when you're engaging in a little semi-professional adult hide and seek, I'm going to show you a couple of things that can be helpful to setting up your radio for that. And specifically what I'm talking about here is whenever you add a new piece of equipment to your kit, whether you're putting it on a plate carrier, load-bearing equipment, or on a belt, you always want to evaluate whether or not the equipment is going to be problematic at all in terms of affecting your ability to maintain concealment and camouflage. And with radios in particular, they have two areas where they can affect that, and that relates to noise and light discipline. Now, noise discipline is the easiest one to handle, but anytime I use a radio that's in a pouch on a plate carrier or a load-bearing equipment, I always make sure that I run that with a speaker mic, and I always make sure to, at least as a minimum, run some kind of an earpiece. And the reason for that is, obviously, if you're not running a speaker mic and an earpiece, any transmissions that come through the radio are going to come right through the speaker and could potentially give away your position or cause you some problems. Also, in terms of communication security, anything that comes over that is going to be heard by those people in your immediate surroundings. So having some kind of an earpiece, like I say, at a minimum, and this is a bare minimum setup. Good speaker mic, not the best earpiece. You can do better, and usually I run something a little different than this anyway. I've done another video on some of the headsets that I use, but I'm going to do some more work relative to headsets moving forward, and we're going to look for some solutions that don't break the bank. But this is an easy plug and play solution. So one of the first things you're going to want to do if you're setting this thing up, like I say, for adult hide and seek, you want to make sure that you're doing that to cut your noise discipline down. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this right now because I'm going to show you the next step in this, because that's an easy plug and play solution. The next problem that the radio could present for you is the fact that it produces some light. Not a heck of a lot of light, and if you're in a pouch, this display right here isn't necessarily a problem. However, if you have the radio out, it could be a problem for you, or if you're not using a pouch at all and you have this clipped to a belt or clipped to your load-bearing equipment, which isn't the greatest idea, but people still do it, you're going to want to kill this display. And then secondarily, you have your LED at the top, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee testing. See the red light when I transmitted, green light when I got a return from the repeater. What we have here is this little LED at the top. Again, doesn't put out a tremendous amount of light, but in a completely dark situation, green LED there on receive, in a completely dark situation, that LED might be enough to catch somebody's attention. Little flicker of a light out of the corner of their eye. Every little bit counts. So if you're that concerned as I am, I'm going to show you a quick method for turning both of those things off and basically blacking the radio out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to kill the LED, and we're going to do that by going to the F key on the side of the radio at the bottom. We're going to long press to get into the set menu. From there, we have our selections, and lamp and LED are right on top of each other in slots 16 and 17, but we're going to go to LED first. We're going to short press the F key. We have two selections, transmit and busy. We're going to go ahead and turn those off. Our arrow is pointing to the first selection, which is transmit. We short press. We use our up-down arrow key to either turn it on or off. We're going to go off in this case. Short press the F key to select that or make that selection. We're going to use the arrow key to go down to the next one. Short press. Use the arrow key to go to off. Short press to select. And then to exit this menu selection, we're going to long press the F key. And then we're going to press the PTT to exit. And then let's test and see if we get any kind of an LED on my send and receive. Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee testing. See, nothing. Nothing on send, nothing on receive. So the LED is effectively shut off. Now we're going to turn off the display screen. We're going to long press the F key to get in the set menu. We're going to arrow up to lamp, selection number 16. We're going to short press. And from there we have a number of selections. We have continuous, off, 5 seconds on key, 10 seconds on key, 30 seconds on key. And what that means is if the radio activates, the display turns on for 30 seconds and then afterwards it's supposed to shut off. What we're going to go for here though is off. So once we get there, we just short press to select that and we press the PTT to exit. And now we have nothing on the display. So I'll do this one more time. Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee testing. And we got nothing on that. So the radio is effectively blacked out. Couple that with the speaker mic and the earpiece, and we now have a piece of equipment that's not going to generate any extra noise or any extra light on your kit. To turn that all back on, it's just the reverse of the process. So we'll long press the F. We'll go into lamp. We'll set this at continuous, select, and we're out. Just like that. So easy to turn on, easy to turn off. We'll go back to the LED now. Go down to 17. And we will turn that on. Turn that on. Long press to exit that selection. Press the PTT to exit. Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee testing. And there we are right there. LEDs are back on, lights are back on. Real quick side note on the LED and the position of the LED and why it always appears in this location on good radios, always appears right there. I want to hope that this was at some point an engineer's idea because it's a good one. If it wasn't, it sure worked out great by coincidence. I once had a radio that had a wonky PTT, and I discovered that because people reported, hey, your transmissions are cutting out. And I had noticed as I was holding the PTT down, that little red light would flicker a bit. And I noticed that because as you're holding this up to your face, if you're looking straight ahead, this light is always going to be in your lower peripheral vision. So you can kind of see if you've missed the PTT or your finger slipped off or you didn't get a good engagement on it. So pretty cool idea having it there. So for whatever it's worth, you can maybe win a bar bet with that at some point. But that is it in a nutshell on how to set your radio up for hide and seek mode and black everything out and make things nice and, what's the word we're looking for here? Covert. So with that, I will thank you for watching and or listening. This is Scott, Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee in Southwest Visalia, California. Have a wonderful day.